Y'all don't understand. I look at Bentley and all these people. Come on, man. Now that we know the monster, man, you carry the man umbrella. You was the man. I watched this man disrespect you every chance he got. Talk to you like his bitch. He talked to Harv like his bitch. He talked to D-Dot like his bitch. He talked to all them niggas like they his bitches. And now that I learned that they really were his bitches, that's why I got so much respect for Gene. Because a lot of them niggas is scared to do what Gene doing.
So, when all the cases against Diddy started piling up, Fonzworth Bentley shared a quote from Jay-Z's scathingly honest Grammy Global Impact Award acceptance speech, where he said, "When I get nervous, I tell the truth." Then he also went ahead and captioned his post, "Might delete later, but I'ma just sit this here." Well, guess what? Fonz is ready to tell his truth. And from what I've heard, he's gonna cause serious shockwaves across the entertainment industry.
All the stuff that you hear about Puff, and everybody got a story.
Yeah.
But it ain't official until you see the guy with the umbrella.
Fonzworth Bentley.
Fonzworth.
I know Fawnsworth.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else can say what they want. If Fawnsworth come walking in to court with the umbrella, and he's twirling it, and whatever comes out of his mouth,
yeah,
you know it's a true story.
If there's something we know for a fact, it's that the people who can spill earth-shattering truth about Diddy are his former assistants. I mean, in Cassie's lawsuit and throughout the trial, it was pretty much established that Diddy's freak-offs often involved costumes like masquerade masks and lingerie, and they continued for years, taking place at high-end hotels across the United States and in Diddy's homes. Guess who were the people responsible for organizing these parties and making sure everything was set, including the baby oil? Assistants. Then there's Lil Rod, who also said in his lawsuit that Christina Karam required all employees, from the assistants, the butler, the chef, to the housekeepers, to walk around with a pouch or fanny pack filled with substances because it was important for her to have Diddy's choice of whatever he was using immediately ready when he asked for it. Now, for anyone who remembers, when Bentley was Diddy's assistant, he was literally like his shadow, and he was always fixing something on Diddy. Meaning, if there's anyone who witnessed anything, it was this guy. Well, there are other assistants who already revealed what they witnessed while working for Diddy, like David James, who recounted chauffeuring Diddy to a narrowly averted fight using firearms with his rival record executive, Suge Knight. James said that he realized he might die that night at the wheel of his boss's car in the parking lot of an all-night Los Angeles diner. Another assistant remembered the time in 2015 when he heard Diddy's longtime girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, screaming in the bedroom of Diddy's private jet, and all he could hear was glass shattering. Then there's Capricorn Clark, yep, the same one who said that after finding out that Cassie was seeing Kid Cudi, Diddy forcefully took her with him when he set Kid Cudi's car on fire after he couldn't find him.
He had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He felt Capricorn, Cap was keeping his on low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy shit out that. Now they do the shit out of her. It was an Interscope person, the Interscope check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
Capricorn was actually among the first people to react to Cassie's lawsuit with a cryptic post saying, "Don't take the path of the wicked. Don't follow those who do evil. Stay away from that path. Don't even go near it. Turn around and go the other way." Proverbs 4, verse 14. Then she added how, even if the doors were unlocked, one should be willing to walk away from the money. And she said that 2011 was hell. The post was also accompanied by an old black and white picture of her wearing shades and sporting bangs, alongside a second image that contained the text, "They gonna cross you for somebody who's gonna cross them." She also posted a tweet where she seemingly called Diddy the devil, where she wrote, "Black women end up being the sacrifice for the effery. Last 11 years of my life, I have had to deal with everyone's nonsensical allegiance to the devil. I pray that ends. I don't think highly of any of you. Can't keep your head down and pretend ish is cool no more. Do better." Then she also gave a shout out to Kim Porter in a different post where she was like, "They will skin you and wear you, baby girl. Then pretend they never wanted the skin." Kim was the only person who didn't switch up. The only one. Dark times. I am personally very triggered. I pray it's over. I never deserved this. Stop. Allegedly, other former assistants probably feel too scared to expose Diddy. Plus, they probably also signed NDAs that prevent them from saying anything. But if word on the street is anything to go by, Fonzworth Bentley may actually reveal what everyone has been waiting for him to reveal. Mind you, Fonz and Diddy first crossed paths at a soul food joint right in the midst of his previous trial. And Bentley even said they had a staring contest.
And so he walked straight to my table. I stood up and it was like a little stare down match on some
Wow.
And I won. And then he just pointed the old girl like, yo, get this dude. It was the 2 ways then. Remember the 2 ways? Anybody with me? 2 ways.
Yeah, I had a 2-way.
Stay with me. He's like, yo, it was, you get this dude my 2-way number. Well, I didn't call him the next day because I'm busy.
Yeah, what a game.
Well, I wasn't busy. But you don't know. Don't nobody know. You don't know. You know. So, long story short, I remember, I was like, I waited. Next thing you know, Club New York happened. I'm like, dang, I done waited too late to hit.
According to what Bentley said, he lived in Brooklyn and worked at Ralph Lauren. And because he always wore expensive suits, people in his neighborhood thought he was a federal agent. Eventually, Fonz realized that in New York, people's perceptions were very important. So he dressed in ways that made him stand out at hip-hop events.
This was a different thing coming from Atlanta and just being, just a regular humble guy. So I was like, okay, I get it. And then I started to realize that I know a lot of these guys, but they don't know who I am and they don't know what I do. I could be anything.
I'm anybody.
A designer or a philosopher. I'm walking around with bow ties.
The feds.
The feds. Like I'm anything, like you said.
Now, coincidentally, this was around the time when Diddy decided to change his name from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy because he needed a clean slate after his 1999 legal issues. Apparently, allegedly, Bentley had taken it upon himself to send Diddy inspirational Bible verses while he dealt with the infamous charges. Then a few months after Diddy's legal triumph, Bentley, who was managing a restaurant at 11 Madison Park at the time, hit Diddy with the message, "Please don't make me go back to my hater boss." Apparently, allegedly, shortly after that daring message, Diddy recruited Bentley as his personal assistant and valet. And Bentley later shared with the New York Times how that felt for him, saying, "I remember the day exactly. It's going to be in the movie about my life. Sean waved his hands in my face and said, 'Your life has just changed. Are you ready?'" Then he was photographed in St. Tropez with Diddy, and he became his umbrella-carrying man, and he also doubled as other things in Diddy's life. See, Diddy is even the one who gave him his name, and he explained that on just his second day of work, while he was trying to organize Diddy's massive wardrobe, Diddy challenged him to show off his personal style. Bentley, wearing expensive shades and high-end cashmere, decided to perform by whipping his sunglasses on with an exaggerated, sophisticated flair. Diddy burst out laughing and told him he looked like a Fonzworth Bentley type of guy. And even though he begged him not to use the name, Diddy insisted, and it instantly became his professional identity. Well, he also said that his rise was a carefully calculated performance inspired by principles similar to the 48 Laws of Power. For example, he would intentionally wait for cameras to be rolling before stepping in to adjust Diddy's clothing, knowing that the mystery man fixing Diddy's tie would eventually become a topic of conversation. He understood that by creating a visual association with Diddy on camera, he was building a brand before he even had a name. Honestly, I have to admit that his presence in hip-hop was more than just a job. It was the start of a gentleman's movement. And while people either loved the polished umbrella-toting persona or hated it, Bentley brought something entirely new to the culture. And it actually paid off because by the mid-2010s, Fonz started working as a songwriter and producer, having worked with everyone from Kanye to Gucci Mane. He was even on the band's 2002 album Too Hot for TV and was featured on the Good Day, Good Sir skit on Outkast's Speakerboxx The Love Below. And then in 2004, he made a cameo in the music video of Kanye's The New Workout Plan. Fonz also worked as a songwriter, and he's credited on multiple tracks on Kanye's album Yeezus, including On Sight, Black Skinhead, I'm a God, and Hold My Liquor. In 2008, he was also featured in the Yes We Can music video for Barack Obama's presidential campaign, and he also starred in movies such as Honey, Fat Albert, and Think Like a Man too. But sometime around 2015, he suddenly disappeared from the industry scene, and no one ever dared ask Diddy what happened to his assistant. People even noted that Bentley has been largely inactive on social media, with some reports pointing out that he doesn't post as much online as he used to, and he only popped up to say that he was finally ready to tell his truth and then disappeared again. Well, the speculation has always been that Diddy had something to do with the disappearance, and we even had people like Mace and Diddy's former bodyguard bodyguard Gene Deal, making public comments suggesting Bentley's departure from Diddy's inner circle was not entirely amicable, and there had been allegations that he was fired or went into hiding because he knew too much about Diddy's private parties. It also doesn't help that when he stopped working for Diddy, he only said that it was time for Fawnsworth to move on, and he wishes him the best, which is the same thing he said when Cassie finally managed to run away. Okay, I know that people have also said that Bentley disappeared because he was an accomplice to what Diddy was doing, and this claim is based on a lawsuit where one Randy Pittman accused him and Diddy of SA. According to court documents, Randy was working with a local talent agency and alleged that he was approached by Bentley regarding potential opportunities with the Sean John fashion brand, which was founded by Diddy in 1998. The plaintiff claimed that he was led to believe that he would be helping identify talent for upcoming campaigns and events related to the brand. As part of that engagement, he said he was encouraged to bring individuals, including 2 not yet of age, to an event he believed was related to fashion or entertainment. What followed, the lawsuit claimed, was a series of events that the plaintiff alleged led to exploitation, trauma, and long-lasting emotional distress. Randy claimed that, allegedly, Diddy and Fawnsworth provided him and the 2 girls, 13 and 14, with alcohol and pills, and coerced them into non-consensual acts with threats and intoxication, and that he and the 2 girls were subjected to SA and other unlawful acts at this party. So the question is, did Fonz go into hiding because he knew that he would go down with Diddy? Or was he forced to disappear by Diddy because he knows too much? Well, according to what the streets are saying, we may be getting these answers from Fonz himself. But as we wait, let me know what your thoughts are on Fonzworth Bentley's disappearance in the comments section below.